There we go. We are recording.
Thank you, Denise.
Yeah. No, yeah, så ja, så kan några heating. Kan an vilket som tar heating. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
This must have been a lot of work for you, Hon. So it's looking super and so professional on Slack. So thank you so much.
Oh, that was you know that the flyer was made by Nicole actually. Yeah, so I just posted that up.
Oh,
So,
really?
she's been doing a lot of work as well. I think she might have done the
wow.
website as well. So yeah.
Yeah. She updated the website. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really nice.
Have you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to make it better. Like add new pages, have our resources there, maybe have our meeting recordings there with member access only, of course.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds cool.
Wow, that's going to be amazing. I must say I haven't looked, so that's very bad. So that's my duties then for after the meeting. So thanks for letting me know.
Yes, of course. Yeah, that's fine. Whenever you check it out, please go to the survey and give us your feedback.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you know the
Absolutely.
survey? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
No. Is there a survey?
So I was telling Juan that I'm unable to turn on my camera because my laptop has some problem with the ports, and so I'm not able to show an image. And I'm very sad because this workshop is using OBS, and I do have OBS in my laptop, so I'll just follow offline. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to extract some knowledge out of this, even though I'm not, using the camera per se.
Yeah.
Will you still be able to interact, Denise, verbally, even though it's not on camera?
I will try to keep it at a minimum, but yeah, if I have any questions or such, yeah, I will speak.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
I'm amazed that you don't have more people because everybody is stunned with your presentations, Hon, and everybody wants to know how to do it. And then you have a wonderful workshop, and then, as I say, I expected for there to be a lot more people. So hopefully we can give you tons of support and not be too ignorant when it comes to the technical side.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really good. However many people come, it's good practice for me, isn't it? Doing these kinds of workshops, just the presentation aspect of it, and just like talking in front of people for a longer length of time is what we all come here for, isn't it? So yeah, I'll benefit from it very much. Yeah.
I must say, Hon, you've come along in leaps and bounds. You've got so much more confidence than you had when you first started. So you're definitely benefiting from everything.
Yeah, I do feel that, and people say that a little bit as well, and I think it's hard to judge it yourself, actually, that kind of thing, isn't it? Because you don't see it yourself, and you just maybe just carry on every day. But then, yeah, it's makes a lot of difference coming from somebody else's opinion.
Yes, huge change, Hon. So you're really doing well. So well done with that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna try sharing my screen.
Normally, people start logging in right when it's, the entire hour. When
Right,
it's
on time.
1 p.m. UTC, people will start logging.
Yeah. Okay. So my boys are eating lunch at the same time as well. So aren't you
So are
guys?
they joining for the session, Hon?
Yeah, I think so. I hope
Oh,
so.
lovely. Never too young, eh?
Yeah. They're downstairs giving me some support and eating lunch.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
I think we have in our group now a lot of technical people as well. There's a lot of people who are programmers and developers and stuff like this, aren't there? And IT managers. So a lot of people who are very good at this stuff. Red One, I think, is
I'm
very good at this. It is in like a Red One.
he is, and you know, I was just saying, Hon, I was just saying to my husband earlier today, and I wish the people from my South African club could see the scope that's actually out there, because they don't get exposed to anything like this. Not many of us are very technical in our South African club, and for people to see what you can do if you have a bit of information, effort,
Yeah.
it's been such an eye opener for me, and I wish I could pass that on to get them to also try these.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to be a part of this.
Yeah. I wonder if like this recording, if
So,
is it possible to give it to other people? Denise, is it possible to like pass it Toastmasters Club? Like I would like to at least like say to my other club, my local club, look,
Yeah.
I've done this kind of thing, and show them and just point them to it
Yes,
in YouTube or
of
something.
course.
Yeah.
And hopefully, when we have it on the webpage, it'll be easier because it's a matter of just sending out a link, and they'll just see that all the information on the workshop instead of seeing a YouTube format. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just on the website. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, like a link, and then go to a buddy's website, and it's open to other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, Bruce. Bruce is joining. My mentor.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Bruce. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for
Of course,
joining.
I said I will
Thank
come.
you for the
Yeah,
support.
I plan to.
hi, Bruce.
Hello, Marina.
Great. Yeah.
I mean, I plan to download the software first,
Oh,
in case
okay.
later I don't have enough speed, connection with, bandwidth.
Okay. Oh, so you have downloaded it, or
No,
when you
no, no,
go?
no. I plan to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Would you like to share the links there?
Yeah. Okay. I will just.
Yeah,
go
so
to...
all the people can download first, and later, we can just do it together.
Yeah. Sure. That's a good idea. Let me just find where it was. So I had it sent out on here. So I have this new laptop, and it's the camera on it is not as good as the old one. So
Okay.
now it's just
It looks nice.
I look very like pale. I look like a bit like a very shiny forehead. that's that's one of the bad things. It's like yeah. So those are the links. There's two, Bruce, in the chat. There's
Okay.
one for the OBS, and then there's one for the plugin. But I'll go through this as well during the chat during the presentation. So yeah, should be all okay. Hopefully.
Hi, everyone. Good
Hello.
morning.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
I'm
Thank you for joining us.
excited today.
Okay. Where did you send the link?
Oh, I put it in the chat. In this room. Wonder. Oh no, actually, no. I've put it in a direct message
Okay.
to my sons. That's my
Okay.
sons, by the way. I should just change this to everyone. Here we go again. Sorry about that.
Okay. I will download first.
Oh yeah, they just said it's to us. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's about 1 o'clock now. So shall we start? I think or shall we wait for a few more minutes? What do you
Maybe
think?
a few minutes, so
Yeah,
everyone can
okay.
download the software first.
Okay, yeah. Let's just wait for a few more minutes. If you can, I mean, this is the setup is really for Windows. If you have a Windows computer, but yeah, there is a Mac OS setup there, but I can't really vouch for that because I use Windows myself.
Okay.
So,
I got my husband to download this all for me, and I sat and observed. So I'm a step ahead, but it's a small step on. So I may end up just observing as we go through and then go back
yeah,
to your recording. But I'm going to try and keep up.
yeah.
So thanks for sending the link earlier.
Okay, yeah, that's cool as well. Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you, Marina. Hi, Harry. Hello. Just gonna wait a few more minutes.
Okay, Kannan here. Okay, I have joined through the cell phone.
Oh,
I am still working on that. Okay.
Why
hi,
is
Karan.
okay then?
Oh, yes, we
Yeah,
can see you.
so suddenly today only it is doing updates. I'm not able to control that.
Yeah, yeah. You will do that
Yeah,
one.
it is coming, but no problem. I am using the cell phone, but it is just joining.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just wait a few more minutes, I guess, and just see if there's anybody else who's going to join. Maybe a couple more minutes, and also Bruce is installing the software. How's that going?
Yeah, I'm downloading actually. It takes
Oh,
a
okay.
few minutes for me.
Okay. Hi, Harry.
Okay. Actually,
Hi,
just
all.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Yeah.
do we need to record this session, and so that afterward
recorded.
we can
Yeah,
already?
it's
Oh,
being
Being
recorded.
recorded.
So
Okay, that's
actually,
great.
we can
We
come
can start,
back
I
to
think.
this and yeah. All right then. Great. So if everybody's ready, I'll try and share my screen and just make a little start here. So I will hopefully. Oh, the screen sharing is disabled. Could maybe I think it's Denise help me to make it so that I can share my screen, please? Or is it host disabled participant share?
I did that, but I'm not the host, but I did that.
Oh, okay.
Who's the host, I
Let's
don't know,
try
but let
again.
me
Oh,
check.
yes, it's working now. Thank you very much. So now I can share my screen and hopefully you can all see my screen. Okay, is that coming through? I hope so. So it should say OBS. Yes, thumbs up. Can you all see that? Can anyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'll just start this little presentation now. So I'm just using Google Slides here to go through it. And so this is OBS. OBS is a nice sort of free piece of software that you can just get on the internet and just install it and use it. And it's a lot of the time, I think, the people who use it, I think they're sort of like gamers, people who play a lot of games online and they want to show people.
Can you increase the volume? Sometimes your voice is low, too low.
Increase.
Volume.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay.
Right. Volume.
Yeah, it is
Let
so
me,
low. Sometimes I'm not able to hear. I have put it in my computer maximum.
Okay, let me just have a look at that then. Maybe I have something here. Let's just see. Let me just close this for a little while. Let's see if I can go into Zoom. Maybe it's in Zoom, the settings in here, and then see what that's like for me here. Microphone should be on here. Maybe I just need to speak closer to the microphone like this. Is that better? Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So I'll, because it seems to be up here. Maybe there's some other setting somewhere. So on the sound, maybe if I go into here.
Sorry, I don't want to stop your flow. Bruce is saying, okay, I think it may be from my end. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let's just see. All right. I'll speak like this then, and hopefully that should be okay. Right, let's go back to the presentation then, hopefully. And let's just go to the front. I hope everyone else is okay with the volume. So OBS Studio is this lovely piece of software that is used for gaming a lot of the time. So people, when they're playing the games, they want to also sort of show their face as well, and show their screen while they're playing the game. And then they like to, it's just a nice piece of software that allows you to combine video, different sources of video. So if I go to the next slide here, which is here, this is where it sits. So normally you'll have Zoom, and then that just connects directly to your camera. So your hardware camera, maybe your camera on your laptop, or the camera on a webcam or something like this, normally is just connected directly to Zoom. But if you connect it with this piece of software in between, then you can sort of do manipulations of it, of different images and your video. And that's what the whole idea of this is. So this piece of software sitting in between the camera and Zoom, and then doing manipulations before it puts it out into Zoom. So what can you do with this OBS? You have to have, first of all, a physical green screen. So the background is a uniform color and a uniform shape. Then the computer can determine that physical green screen as something else and then cancel it out. So that's the idea. And then you can do things like, you can do some of this in Zoom, but you can do this in a more sophisticated way using OBS. You can add images in the background, you can add video, and you can add desktop as well. And then you can do all these things in layers so that your head will appear, and then you can have something going on in the background as well, like a sort of some text or something like this. So you can be very creative about it. Another thing that I've been experimenting with as well is that you can also sort of cut out a region of your desktop. So say, for example, you just want to display the top right-hand corner of your desktop, and you want to put your image in there as well, so that you're doing like a presentation, but then you don't want them to see the whole of your normal screen. You just want them to see part of it, and the other half, maybe on the left-hand side, maybe you want something like your notes. So on your screen, on your monitor, you can have your notes and you can have your presentation at the same time. So it makes you not have to look away to look at your notes like this and point away. So everything is all in your screen compacted, and then no one can really tell because you're still doing your presentation there. And so hopefully all these things are very interesting in my opinion. And then this is the download place. This is what you do to have to go to get the software. So these are notes in the PowerPoint slide, and I'm going to give these out on Slack as well. So you can just go to this place and download it. And then there's these two things, two parts of it. First is OBS, this obsproject.com. That's where you get the, that's where you get the whole, most of the software. Let's see. Okay. And that's where you get the main piece of software, that is OBS. But then to do this sort of connection to the camera, you have to have this little plugin. So an add-on to the main piece of software that's called a virtual camera plugin. So I'll go through the installation of both of these things on these slides. And yeah, I'll just go through it step by step so everyone can understand it. And we'll just, the next slide here, let's see. When you go to so this is going into the first link here, OBS one on the top. You go to this website, obs.com, then there's just these buttons here. And I would just usually click on the Windows one because I have a Windows computer. And then I would just click on that. If you have a Mac OS one or a Linux one, it's a similar thing, but you just follow the instructions for that one. But I only have the instructions here for the Windows one. So you click on that, and then this is the usual thing with lots of Windows software, is that you click on it, and then it'll download an exe file. So then that goes to your downloads folder. You then click into that, and then you'll go through this kind of set of screens, which is quite sort of standardized, really. And then you go into it, and then you click next, and then it goes with this all these green bars going across, things like this. And most of it is just next, next, next all the time. So you don't have to worry about it too much. And then that's it, right? That's the setup, main setup for it. And because we have this little checkbox here, it says launch OBS when we've completed, and then that's going to try and do that after. So we're going to click finish here, and then it's trying to launch it. And this kind of configuration only happens the first time. So you just have to do this once. And what I usually do here is I choose the second one for this, because if I choose the first one, I think it goes into things like asking me if I'm using Discord and things like this to do streaming. But I'm not, so I don't have that installed. So what I do is I use it for the second one. It says here, the recording one. So I just click on that, and then I click next. Then I get another question, and it's this one I just don't worry about. I just click next, and then I'll get apply settings. And then when I click apply settings, then it's finished. And then it launches the product, right? So this is the main screen of OBS. And I will show you how to configure this and make some scenes and make some sources. And I just want to show you, this is the main area inside OBS. So this bit in the middle, this is like your main canvas. So say, pretend like you're doing a drawing or something. You have a canvas, and then this is the things that you have to put into it. And the things that you put into this big black box here, that's going to be your output to go to Zoom. That's what Zoom is going to pick up and then display as your little image here in Zoom as your virtual background. And so it's all about just these two things, really, this configuration. Two things here on the bottom left. Mainly it's scenes and sources. So a scene is made up of different sources. So sources might be, one source might be your video camera. Another source might be an image, or another source might be a video going on in the background. You can have different setups of these. You might place these on different places, and then you might want to have different setups of these whole things, so you can switch between them. And in one of the scenes, you might have your picture around here, other scene be there, or in another scene might be very blank. There's no desktop. It's just your head, different sets of different sources. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I can explain more. Ask, and I would just sort of just interrupt me. It's fine. And this of OBS. But now we have to do that second part of the installation, which is the plugin. So install virtual camera plugin. So that's when you just follow this link over here, and it will take you to what looks like a GitHub. So GitHub is just a place where people put their code, and they can put their, and you just click on this exe, and then it'll download just as before. And then it'll go to your downloads folder, and then you can double click the exe file. And then it will go to setup, start setting up. And this one is just next, next, next all the time, and then finish, and then it's done. So that was really quick and quite painless. So this one though, when you've done it, it didn't happen before, because when you come in here, you wouldn't have had this before, but because you've just installed the virtual cam plugin. Now, when you go into Tools, you will have this drop down, and you'll have a virtual cam here. So each time you start this, to start the plugin, you have to go into that and then turn it on. So start it, or you can put in auto start as well. But I heard that there were some bugs about that, so it's better to just do it manually, I'm told. So that's what I do, and it's not too much hassle. Just go into there and drop down and then turn it on here, and then close the screen. And then your virtual camera and installation is all complete. So this is that. So that is that part. And now it's all about the configuration, because now the configuration is the more exciting part, right? The more sort of interesting things, because you can do all different setups that you like and make your screen look really cool. So, and this, oh yes, I have to talk about this. This is how you connect Zoom to your OBS. Normally, it's looking at your hardware camera, right? But to change it, now you've installed OBS, you can point it to OBS. So point it to something else. So what you do is you go into the video and the setup here, and then the drop down, and then instead of what would be the HP, maybe your computer name, hardware camera, then instead of that, HD camera, and then you can just select OBS camera instead. Then that will pick up the output of OBS instead. Yeah, that's right. I see. So maybe the other one. And then this is just the sort of, if I go back to what OBS looks like, this is what I'm going to show you. All these things. And it's going to be about setting up scenes. Before we didn't have any, I'm going to go through all of this just to show you how to set up some scenes and some sources. And yeah, this is what OBS looks like. This is what you can do with it. This is what you can do with it. With a green screen, you can use a Chroma Key. So the Chroma Key is the name for like the software that recognizes the background and then changes it computationally to maybe make it transparent, or maybe make it an image or something like this. So you can have no background, or you can have your desktop as a background, or you can have an image as a background, you can have a video as a background, and you can share your screen as a background as well. And you can share your part of your screen as a background as well. So yeah, all these exciting things that you can do that I'll show you now how you can do it. So we're going to try it. And the thing is here is any questions that you have, just speak up and yeah, just interrupt me. Feel free to do that, or you can leave it to the end as well. You can talk to me about it offline after as well. If you try to do it and then, oh, you come up with a problem, yeah, you can just send a message to Slack and I'll do my best to get back. So yeah, interrupt me with any questions that you might have. And that's the end of that presentation. Ready? So now,
actually, at the same time,
yeah,
I also
sure.
install the software, but I cannot choose the OBS camera in Zoom.
Ah, okay. So when you go to like
Do I
on my
need
screen
to
here,
restart Zoom or?
maybe, yeah. If it's you've come in here and then you go to drop down here, but then you don't see OBS
No.
camera.
No.
Yeah, maybe you need to restart it then, because it's not. Ah, wait, hold on. Did you turn it on? The thing is here, when you go to OBS, did you go into this place?
No, no, no.
Tools, go to tools. So you installed the plugin as well. Did you install the plugin
I
as well?
didn't.
There's the second part.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So this was
I
the
cannot
second
see
bit.
that. Yeah.
This is good actually, because what you have to do, I'll go back to the presentation bit because this is quite an important step, and it's good that you brought it up at this time. Let me just see. Go back here, and let me just close this. It's getting in the way. Go back to the presentation here. And then, so if we went back here, so there's this thing here. There was this is the second setup. This one here,
Yeah.
install OBS virtual camera. So there's that link, the second link. You have to go to this link and then download. When you've downloaded that here, then it will look like this. It should look like this.
Yeah, I already
And
have that.
then, okay, so then if you got that, then you download that, and then you install it, and then you have all these things. So there's two things have to be set up. This is the second bit, and this is, and then after that, when it's finished, like this, then when you go to OBS, you go inside OBS. It should look like this. So have you got that? So let me see here. This is my OBS that I've got set up. How's that going, Bruce?
No, I think there's an error. It says I cannot install the virtual camera. Okay, I will just turn on, close OBS first.
Oh. Okay.
What is the difference in this OBS camera? What is the advantage of using that? Is it better than the normal camera?
All right. So you have to have this plugin to sort of just make it work. Otherwise, it won't work. You have to have this software. You have to have OBS, and you have to have this other plugin thing, OBS camera, so that Zoom can actually see OBS. Otherwise, it won't work at all. Yeah. Let's see. Any more in here? What is the advantage of having? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think the main thing that is you can just play different things in your screen at the same time. Like put yourself and play videos and show some pictures, everything. You can just put it in one screen if you want.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
That's what you're...
Can we use the screen? Can we use the virtual background like green screen, etc., from the OBS and use the normal camera? Or should I have to use the OBS camera? Are you able to hear my question?
So, yeah, you can only use one camera at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
I can. Yeah. So you can
thank
only
you.
use one camera at a time. But what I can do here is I can show you is if I go in here, now I'm using the OBS camera, but I can turn that off and then say I don't want to use that now. And then I can go back to my, this one. This is the normal camera.
Okay.
So this without anything. See,
so we
I
can
always
toggle.
just switch back whenever I want to.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'll just go back and go like this. Then I'm using OBS camera again. So shall I is it okay, Bruce, or shall I?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, because just now I closed the OBS application and then it works now. Let me try.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
And let me try if I can.
Yeah. So hopefully that's okay. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to go through setting up this kind of a scene. So I have a test scene here, which is sort of one that has most of the things that you might want to do with this kind of stuff. Is it has an image at the background, or it has some sort of video in the background here, or some text here. If you're being like the camera, the timer, you want to change some things here, or you can display your desktop, or you can display part of your desktop. So I'm going to show you how to do all of these things, just sort of, yeah, one by one. And then hopefully it's kind of, yeah, any questions or anything like this. So any shout out as well, and then see if we can do it together. So hopefully here you can see this. So here, if you just start from nothing here, you just have OBS, and then you just click in here and add in a new scene. So I'm just going to call this test scene 2. And then it just has nothing, right? So this is the canvas, and it's totally blank, has nothing on it, and it's just going to be stuff that we're going to add in here. So the first thing that I want to do maybe is put my video in, and here just add a video. So this is my video capture device. Then I'll just select that and then turn that on here. And then this is my video as you would normally see it without any sort of manipulation. And then you see I have a physical green screen at the back behind here. And this one, you don't have to do much here on this screen, but one thing that's quite important, I think, is to click this little checkbox here. It says deactivate when not showing, so that it will sort of stop the camera when you go to another scene here. Otherwise, it keeps running in the background, and if there's some kind of conflict, if you try to open another camera, you open another scene with a different camera on it, it won't work because you've still got this one here turned on. So you have to have this. I think it should just be defaulted to turn off. So that's just an important setting, I think you have to put on here, I find anyway. So then here we have this here on the canvas, a little thing that we can just move around, and it's got my face on it. And I can put it in, say, here on this corner here. Like that. And then think to it to make it get rid of the background. So if I right click on here, and then I'll get this menu here, I'll go to filters, or I can just have that selected. And also let's go to, no, not this, get the same kind of menu here. And the one that I want from here is the 1 second from the bottom, which is filters. So we want to add something called a filter to this segment of the screen that we're doing. So I want to add something here, which is a chroma key. So when I add this in, this is a piece of software that's going to just cancel out the green. And as you can see, it's gone gray. But what it's done to the main canvas is that it's gone black behind me. So it's canceled out the background. And then, so that is the software. That's the main thing really, to sort of just show your face and then get rid of the background. But here you might say, for example, if your camera is like my old one was really sort of, if I move this back, if you had a camera like this, if your setup was like this, and you didn't want it, you didn't want it to show all these things around here, like your your microphone stand, and your green screen is so small, like mine, and that you want it to sort of, you had all these things still coming inside your setup. You want to sort of make your, maybe cut out some of those things. What you can do is you can crop this image, just cut out this sides or something like this. So let's say, for example, it's like this, and this green screen is still got these corners over here. I want to get rid of that. So what you can do is just come in here and add. This is just different for everybody's setup. So in case you want to do this kind of thing, they have 100 here. So I've put 100 here. Then see, that gets rid of that stuff on the corner that used to be here. And then I might want to put maybe something from the bottom as well, maybe 10. So that's gotten rid of some stuff that used to be down here. That was my radiator. You can see my radiator before, but now you can't. See, like that. So you can do those kinds of things. Let's just leave it as 10 and 10, because usually I'll be over here like this. So I'll just put that in. And then when you come back to this, you'll see it just looks like that. So that's pretty much it for that. And then we have here the main screen looking like this. So what can we do with this? We can get an image. We can put an image in the background. And the image might look something like this. I have some downloaded images. You can just go and get any images that you want and then just put them in the background. You can do this in Zoom, but then you can do this in a more sophisticated way using OBS. So here, let me just go to this PC, then in here, data, and then I had a picture of some snow here. So it was snowing a few days ago here in England. So I just had this idea to do this and put it here. So when I added that in, it covers my face, right? That's one of the problems. So what I want to do though is I want it, obviously I don't want it to cover my face. I want to be here and showing myself. So the thing is, this part here is in order of precedence of the things that are going to be shown. So I want the video of myself to be on the top. So I have to drag that so that it's right at the top here, like that. So now you see I am in front of the snow, the picture of the snow. So that's one thing we can do, and we can turn it off here, on and off. So these little eye icons here are where you turn it on and where you turn it off. And then let's see, something else we can do here is put some video in the background. So to do that, what we can do is go to that same add button, and then we get all this menu again. And come over here, and then video capture, no, media source is the one we choose. And I'm going to try and give these some meaningful names. Video of, I think it's Marianne Trench. So I have a little sort of video that I had here prepared earlier. And then we can have this one, a BTS dancing in the Grand Central Station. Let's try that one instead then. Okay, and then the thing here is to put it on a loop so that it's in the background and it keeps going round and round, because it might be a short video that you have. So click that, check that for the loop, and then okay that. And then what you have is you have it in the background here. And it has video and it has sort of audio as well, but that's not coming out in Zoom. So it doesn't matter that it's playing then in OBS. It's not being picked up in Zoom. Or you can turn it off here if you want to. And you just have the video here playing in the background. But obviously now it's covering my head as well. So I'm just readjusting the size of that. I don't want it to do that, right? I don't want it to be, oops, I readjusted the wrong one. So it's, hold on. Okay. It's really too big. Here, and I don't want to be in the background, so I want to put the video further down in priority here, maybe under the image. So I'm here, BTS is in the background, and I can have that come back as well. I sort of messed that up a little bit. Let's see. So if you grab that and put that in, it's like this, look like this. So maybe you want that, or then you can turn it off here, turn it on and off. And then also there is something else. What we can do here is, what else can we do? We can put in like some text as well. So say you want to be the timer. You're the timer of this Toastmasters meeting. You put in some text here like this. You can add this in like this. And this screen is really quite long. So I have to just adjust this up here so that I can see all the things that I want. Say, so I want green here. And then you see what's happened in the background here. It's in the green, but I want it to be a green card, like a card that I'm showing in Toastmasters. So I need a background color. I'll make a green background color for this. Put it in. Here it is. And there's no green background yet because there's background opacity that I have to move over here. And then as I slide this along, you'll see that I get a nice green card here. Then I can do this in the background. I can maybe turn video on or something like this. And I can also adjust the size of this image of this text that I had. This text is appearing above my head. It will, if I dragged it along. So I'll make it a lower priority like this in between the video. Here, like this. So what I have here, I can also resize it, and then it goes behind my head. I can make it do this kind of stuff. So, and so you can imagine, like, if you want to be the timer, you can have a few of these, and you can turn them on and off. So this one you might rename it, and just make it green color. I might make another one, and then make that sort of yellow color, and then another one that's red color, and then you can just switch in between them, like turning them on and off and stuff like this. So that's interesting stuff that you can do with that. And what else? Let's see what else we can do. So another thing I wanted to show you really was to have your desktop. So I'm just going to get rid of this one here. I have a blank canvas, just me. And then I'm going to add my desktop, and I'm going to just show you a part of my desktop, part of my screen, just display. So display capture is the other meaning for a desktop. So I'm just going to add that as a name. And then that's what we have here. This is the desktop. Just click this, OK. And then that's, every time you add it in, it always goes to the top. So you have to take it down to the bottom, and then it's behind you like this, behind me. So that looks a little bit confusing at the moment, right? Because of all these repeated screens. But if I that's because you got one camera inside another. But if I moved it, then you can probably see this is my screen here. That's what it's doing in the background. So if I didn't want you to see the whole of this, I just wanted you to see part of this, say the top right hand corner. What I can do is I can make another one of these and then just do a crop as well. So I'm just going to add another display here, display capture. And this is just, I'm going to call this one region, because I just want to show you a region of my desktop. And I'm going to show you what I can do with that is just put this down at the bottom, priority again, and then I can do a crop on this. So that's a crop, as you might remember, is a filter. So you come here and filter it, and then add here, filter, Chroma Key, no, crop this, and just add it here, and then just make it sort of, I think it's 800. I do 800. These are settings that I know work for me, but for you it might be very different. So then you just add that in and close it. And then if I just turned off the previous one, I just had this one now. This is the one that's been cropped, the desktop that has been cropped. But as you can see, it's actually just, it's not the whole of my desktop, it's just this corner here. So here we have this corner. It's actually just this corner, but I can expand it to be the whole of the desktop here. And then I can, so what's the advantage of that is that if I move stuff out the way, you won't see it. But if I'm sharing my screen, if I wasn't sharing my screen and I was just doing the presentation and talking, and I would be spotlighted, and then you would just see my window, and then you'll see my desktop, and you'll just see this corner of it. And over here, I might be doing like, let's see, presentation of something, or I might be going to, let's see what I can do. Go to my Google Drive, something I can show you in this corner, but I don't want you to see in the rest. So I can go into here and say, let's look at this PDF or something. Oh, my Google Drive's not working. Let's just refresh this. That's better. Okay. So say I want you to have a look at this PDF here, and I want to talk to you about this PDF. And okay, a journal here. But then also, I might do that in the corner here. But let me just drag out here. And these are like my notes that I have that I want to talk to you about this kind of presentation. So in one corner here, I'll have my notes. But in the other corner here, I will have this PDF. Let's move these things down a little bit here. So here on the PDF, I might be talking to you about this PDF. This journal that I'm reading. And then on OBS, this is what it looks like. It looks like I have this in the background here. I'm just reading this. I'm just going through, this so Bitcoin and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and then I might talk about it. But in the other side here, I'm here. I've got my notes. Oh, what do I want to talk about next? And things like this. So I'm only displaying to you this corner, but I have on my screen both of these corners. So that's something like a little bit more complicated that you might want to do. It can sort of, just give you a bit more flexibility so that you don't have to move yourself away from your camera too much. So yeah, these are all the interesting things you can do. Another thing that you can do is also you can change the filters of your face color. And I see some people like to do that. So that's kind of inside your video. Video here, the filters that you had. Remember this part here. You can add a filter here, and then you can add color correction. And then you can sort of select here where you can just go to a different color, and then it makes your face go red. And then so you can imagine you can switch between these kinds of things. And then you can sort of, I think there's a brightness here. Makes it look less severe. And then you can turn it on and off here like this. Just come back to normal. So you get all these kinds of wonderful little setups that you can just play around with a lot. And yeah, that's what you can do with this kind of stuff. So that's what I wanted to show you actually. So I can hope you haven't fallen asleep now. Hope you're still awake. Hope you can still hear me actually. So that's actually that's my presentation. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, if you have any questions, does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to try?
Yeah, I have a question about the Chroma Key.
Okay.
Chroma Key. And I cannot set my background disappeared. I don't know.
Oh, do you have a physical green screen?
It's not that green, but it is green.
Oh, okay.
So do you need, I mean, do I need any other settings for that?
I think this let's go to this bit here. So that is the image. That's the video bit, isn't it? Where you're trying to go into here and your
Yeah.
properties of this part like this. So normally I would just select device, and then yeah, it should, if it's got no problems, it should just pick it up. But sometimes it depends on what you have in your background. So the filters, I think it's the chroma key, yeah, this bit. So this chroma key, sometimes you have to change it between, like if I changed it to blue, it's filtering out blue stuff. But I think blue doesn't really work for me. Even if I did have something in the background that was blue. So it's really a lot to do with like having a really good physical green screen at the back, and also having a good camera as well. Because I found when I used this new laptop, and the camera's really not good. It's not so high quality.
Mm.
The image is pixelated, then it sort of confuses the computer as well. So you have to have a really good camera, like maybe HD camera. So it's got high quality,
Okay.
and then it can also, because even for mine, yeah, even for mine, I think it's not really good because I can move around a bit. If I go to this, you can see that it's very pixelated and so, but I have to, and yeah, I think you have to, and also there's a thing here where you can choose the color that you want it to sort of cancel out in the background.
Okay.
I played around with that, but it doesn't. I couldn't really find it working very well for me. Like you can go in here, and then you can say pick the color that you want, and say you've got some kind of purple or something in your pink or something in your background, and then it should work for that. But I never found it really worked for me, this kind of doing this method. But it might work for you.
Where is it
I see
located?
Harry's doing it very well. So you come in here,
I see. Good.
and this this do you have the chroma key
Chroma
bit?
key?
So you chroma key filter in
Select color.
yeah.
Oh, it seems I don't have the option here. Yeah, I don't have the option.
in the select color, then you
custom. Custom.
yeah, custom. Yeah, custom. Sorry.
Oh no.
So what I was doing this color correction one before, and I didn't have it I didn't have my camera on, and then some features weren't appearing. So these buttons were just not here, or I'll do it and then it would all be red. But then that was when I didn't have my a proper virtual background, a proper sort of physical background.
Okay.
So some things have to be all set up in this order before they actually work.
So for the chroma key, and if we just use the default setting, we don't really need to set something else, right? I mean, change any thing. Okay.
Yeah, usually I just, because mine is green, my background is green, then I would just use I'll just leave as green here, and then that kind of works for me.
Okay.
But I know downstairs when I tried it before with a different computer, I had to change it. It changed. I had to change it to blue because the background was a sort of dark color that it thought was blue. So there's lots of things actually that just sort of, it's just fiddling around a lot. Yeah, is that okay, Bruce?
For me, it's not, but it's fine. At least I know how to do it.
It's still working. Yeah, it's not really.
And I cannot select.
What does your?
OBS
If you show your camera
in Zoom, maybe I have to restart my application. I mean Zoom, or I don't know.
Okay, do you want to share your screen? We can do this. Like, I can stop sharing, and then if you share your screen, because this is like a
Is my
workshop, right?
screen on?
So we can just let me just stop sharing the screen. Okay, yeah, I stopped sharing. Oh, okay. Oh, it's in Chinese. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Chinese.
Let's see.
It's
Okay.
Chroma Key.
So, yeah.
So my
Okay.
background is not
Let me just have a look at
that
my
green.
setup. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's usually the bit, right? Where you just
Yeah. But other
yeah, I
things
see you changed some of the sliders. Yeah.
This is the filter.
Oh, okay.
This is the Chroma Key.
Oh, that's okay. That's it's just not picking up the chroma key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you need that's your video, right? I think you need something more
Vivid.
exactly sort of green, very green. Very,
Yeah.
because it's picking up as sort of gray. I don't know what the real color is. Maybe it's sort of light green. I think it has to be a very sort of
the camera.
a strong color. Or maybe the camera, yeah. So that's the other thing about the camera. And my rubbish camera that I'm using now doesn't really do it so well, especially when the lighting is, if it's a bit darker in the night, then it has more problems. And then the chroma key comes out very sort of pixelated, as though like there's stuff in the background. I think you need a more green, like mine. If I showed you my background, it's really, if I went back into Zoom, just showed you Zoom,
Let me see.
You'll see without using my video, without using OBS, you see, let me see, it is this. Let me just turn off some things here. And then if you just see my video here, it's in the meeting, in sort of just my face. So my green is really very sort of very bright green, and it has to be like that so that it can really tell the difference. Yeah.
But actually, my background has a similar, green like yours. But after the camera, it changed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So it's actually properly green, but then the camera isn't picking it up. But the camera, what's your camera? Is it the camera that comes with the computer on a laptop? Yeah. I maybe it's the camera. Maybe the camera just doesn't pick up the different colors.
Yeah.
Because I have a webcam that doesn't do that very well as well. So yeah, maybe like this. I had this, so I was using this camera. I was downstairs, and this is quite an old, it's a Logitech one, but it's kind of like maybe 3 or 4 years old. And then if I use it on here, it's a bit better than the one in the laptop that I have now. But the problem is that when it's downstairs, it won't, and the lighting is also not very good. It will just not pick it up very well because it's older. So I think sometimes it's to do with the camera. If you've got a proper green screen, you know. So yeah, I'm afraid need some sort of physical sort of tweaking and all these kind of things.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any questions?
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions or anything anybody wants to talk about or anything? Or if not, I would like to ask each person really what they thought of this, just to go around and ask what they thought of my presentation, what I could improve on, just give sort of verbally some sort of feedback, some sort of evaluation. Yeah, so is that going to, I hope that's going to be okay. So if I ask first, Marina, what did you think of the presentation, and has it been useful? And could you give me some feedback, please?
Yes, thanks very, very much, Hon. I agree with Nicole. I'm probably going to have to take the recording and go through it. But I thought you were very clear, very smooth, and the whole thing flowed beautifully. And I was just fascinated with everything that you could do. So from my point of view, an untechnical person, I really, really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. It's kind of made it kind of achievable for me through your presentation, and it's taken the scary part of it out, so that I'm very happy to give it a try. So thank you for your time. I really appreciated it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you very much for your kind words, Marina. Thank you. Harry, what did you think? What did you think of the presentation, please? If you could give me some feedback and what I can improve on or anything like this, that'd be really great.
First of all, thank you, Hong, for your great presentation. It was really easy to follow. So I am now able to show this kind of words on my screen. Yeah, thank you for that. I need to practice more to use this in my speech or other table topics or other sessions. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, it was really useful and helpful for me. Thank you.
Great, very kind. And the next person I have, Bruce. Bruce, what did you think of this presentation? If you could
Of course, I think this is very helpful, even though today I didn't make it because I cannot choose the camera and I cannot make it green like a green, and I cannot filter out the background. But yeah, it's fantastic. And also, I think the structure of your presentation is, awesome. At the beginning, you just introduce all the software, how to use that, and you just demonstrate and help the audience to fix all the problems. I think that's helpful, and you give the audience all the opportunities to learn just in the workshop, not afterward. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bruce, for your kind words. And Anyuson, oh, right, yes, are you back? Oh, thank you. Would you be able to give some feedback? Do you think, Anyuson, I don't know, you said you were going to just listen, but if you can, that'll be really, really appreciated. If you could just give me some thoughts of what you thought of my presentation.
I think it's very useful. Thank you for sharing, Master Han. I think it's very complicated and it can get many thoughts. Maybe it can be used with the drone, or maybe it can use with the Android phone to be the web camera. So I think it's have potential, and thank you for you to sharing it for us. And I will definitely will look into it more and more. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Oh, thank you, Anyuson. Thank you very much for your feedback. Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. And how about Kanan? What did you think of this, my presentation? I think you're on your mute.
Thank you, Han. It was very helpful, but I'm not a student like Bruce. I need to practice. I need to practice more and more so that I can understand. I know, but the steps are easy because it is similar to the normal installs, right? When you download and install, these are all the normal components that we install. So I will try it today. I'm going to try it out, and I will definitely ask you questions if it is not working. But my pace of understanding is a little bit slow compared to Anuson or Bruce.
Oh, great. Thank you very much, Kanan.
But thank you. You did an excellent job. It does not undermine your efforts. You did an excellent job. It is only from the side, from me. Okay.
No.
So one question though.
Yes.
When I use the OBS software, I don't have to have an external camera, right? I can use the computer.
Yeah, you can use the computer camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to try it out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I don't have external camera.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much for your feedback. Yeah, so yeah, that's great. How about Denise? Denise, would you like to give some feedback, please? What
Yes.
did you think of this presentation? Yes.
Okay, so I thought it was
Thank
really
you.
clever.
Yes, please.
It was really clever to follow up with you, and the fact that you're able to see the result. Like, for example, I saw Harry Wu typing in "Thank you, Han," and employing what you were teaching. That was lovely to see, and it encourages me to actually practice while watching the recording again. I'm familiar with OBS, but I did find it a little bit hard to follow because I don't have it open. But the fact that I did recognize some of the things that you were mentioning actually takes that part of it being intimidating. It takes it away. So I think you did a very good job. It was very friendly to follow, and I loved seeing the results on screen. Great job, Han.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your kind words, Denise. Thank you. And so, the last but not least, Nicole, what did you think of my presentation? Was it okay for you? Were there any bits that I could improve on? Any recommendations?
So first off, I loved that before the meeting, you sent the links so that everyone could download the software before if they could. And that today, before the meeting actually started, while we were waiting for the room to fill up a bit more, you sent the links again. And then you were kind of talking people through it to download it. So that was very good use of your time. I liked that you started out the workshop with a PowerPoint, because instead of walking through or sharing your screen, sometimes people can be rushed trying to do everything step by step while you're doing it screen sharing. So it was good that you explained it first with a PowerPoint and then you dived into it. So first theory, then practice. That was very good. I liked how you spaced out the material, how you explained everything step by step. I think it was clear to follow. And if for any reason anyone had technical issues today following it through, I think that watching the recording is going to be very incredibly helpful. And I dare to say that anyone who watches your recording with patience will be able to actually follow through and use OBS on their computer, no matter what technical skills they have. So honestly, I think this workshop was a very nice success. It was super awesome. Something that you may want to think about for the future, and I'm just gonna take advantage of the fact that we have our VPE here and part of our educational team, is that I think that not only would you make an awesome mentor, but maybe you could also give another workshop in the future, because I see that you're very knowledgeable in terms of technology and having to do with streams and such. I see you have that very nice microphone, by the way, and maybe following it up with another workshop of like what types of equipment you can get to do this, even if it's a very simple podcast, videocast, or lecture kind of thing. I think that would be super helpful, particularly not just for the people in our club, but for anyone who has to do online meetings for work with the whole pandemic and such. But I think that this was really, really nice, Han. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I found it really a great enjoyment to do, and also very useful for me as well, because I'm learning to do presentations, and that's why I come here to Toastmasters for. It's a really great opportunity. I want to thank all the people who allowed me to do this, and you guys encouraging me to do this, and all the people who've attended and so participated, and especially Harry, and Bruce, and everyone really who sort of just do the thing as we're doing it and then show the results. It's really amazing. So yeah, I want to say thank you to Ryan and Aaron here who've sort of just showed up now. And do you want to give a thumbs up if you thought that it was good? Oh yes, okay, a wave and a thumbs up. Okay, well, thank you all very much. Yeah, it's been very enjoyable for me, and I hope that you've enjoyed it too. So, oh, I think you're on mute, Kanan. Are you saying something?
No, I said that
Hi,
we
Kanan.
should thank you. You don't have to thank us because you taught us great lesson. We need to practice. Thank you. But really, I appreciate all your efforts. And then, as Nicole said, that you can guide us in the technical area. Thank you once again.
Oh, I would love to do that. Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thanks. Okay, so I think that's that's been like a very lovely meeting, and yeah, I hope to do it again some other time. And thanks for joining me this Sunday. It's been a good way to spend my time. I loved it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we can close the meeting if everybody's happy with that. So yeah, thank you very much, and see you next Saturday. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
You
Okay,
too.
bye.
You too.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Han.
Bye. Bye, Marina. Thank you. Okay. Okay.